Alright kids, we're going to do some story time here at the shelter. This is Cricket. That's that's Eddie. Eddie's the white one, Cricket's the brown one. Okay? Ready? Now you're going to hear some dogs crying in the background. Chapter 3. The Reason. It's Baton Rouge, LA. Baton Rouge, LA. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As yet another hot and steamy, sleepless night rolls on, a mother sits at the table with a cup of coffee, cold and untouched. She is wringing her hands with worry. She falls to her knees off of her chair. She clasps her hands and prays. Oh, dear God, please let him be safe. Please, God, let him walk through that door. The happy, smiling boy she knows he is. Please, God, help him come home. Please, God, please. Now the tears are streaming down her face because she is a mother, and a mother knows when her child is in trouble. She can hear the sirens. He was supposed to be home already. She knew this in her heart. Across town, her son, he's a senior. He's in high school, plays for the football team. He gets decent grades, but she waits. She waits for him to graduate so that she can send him out of town, out of this town, to college, if she can just get him to that point. But he won't make it to college, at least not yet. He sees his mother struggling day in and day out to make ends meet. He told her he got a job at the convenience store, but his job is behind the store. He makes a lot more money selling Oxy than he would working in the store. So tonight he is making a sale. His buyer says he needs to go inside to get money from the ATM. Teddy makes the mistake of also going in to get a pop. His prospective buyer walks in the store, pulls a gun, and attempts to rob the store. The store clerk pushes a button behind the counter to alert the police. Teddy makes a run for it. He gets to the door, but he doesn't get far. He is tackled and thrown to the ground by the police. The police find his stash and his money, and they assume he was a part of the robbery as well. His mother's plans won't be enough to save him this time. Hours that seem like decades go by, and finally the phone rings. She collapses on the floor and cries in agony when she finds out the charges. All of her hopes and dreams go up in flames. Her heart is shattered. She knows that if he gets sent to federal prison, the boy she raised will be gone forever and ever, turned into a felon. Any chances he ever had will be destroyed. Teddy sits in his cell, fighting back his tears. He knows by now his mother's heard the news. He can feel it too. Her pain in his chest. He puts his head in his hands and cries. He's sorry. He's so sorry. But it's too late. Hey, Crocket, sit down. Story time. Let's see if we can get Crocket to sit down for story time. All right. Bring it here. Make sure this is on. Okay. Detroit. Detroit. Come here and sit down and have story time. Detroit. On a cold and windy night, the doors slam as he leaves. His wife falls and lies on the floor and sobs. The children are huddled together in the oldest one's bedroom. Big sister holds everyone the best she can. They are crying too. She tries to be strong. She wants to check on her mom, but she knows she needs to stay with the little ones to keep them safe. They fought before, but not like this. This time was different. Things have gotten steadily worse since Dad lost his job at the factory. Mom took a job at the restaurant. She seems to like it, but Dad doesn't. She doesn't understand. She holds the babies while they cry. She wishes she was older and could do more to help. She goes over it repeatedly, trying to make sense of it all. Why is Dad mad? Because Mom made a lot of tips? Don't we need the money? Isn't that why she's working anyway? Mom was mad because Dad didn't do the dishes or clean the house, and he smelled like beer, Mom said. She's 12 years old. She understands all of that. Shh. She wishes she had done the dishes. Maybe then they wouldn't be fighting. She taught the 5-year-old to tie his shoes. They couldn't wait for Mom to get home to tell her. Now she just wishes she had done the dishes instead. Her sister says, with her cheeks still wet with tears, "Is Daddy coming back?" She doesn't know what to say. Daddy loves us and Mommy. He's just mad right now. He's coming back. Her sister's eyes well up with tears. She throws her head down on the pillow and says, muffled, "I don't want him to. I hope he never comes back. I hate him." Mom got up and went to the bathroom. They can still hear her. It sounds like she's trying not to cry loudly. The three of them sneak out as quietly as they can to the kitchen and start cleaning up. Mom hears them, cleans herself up the best she can, and walks slowly to the kitchen. "What are you guys doing?" All of them start talking at once. The consensus is that they are cleaning up for her and they're sorry that they didn't do it before she got home from work. At the end of it all, a little voice says, "I can tie my shoes, Mommy." She slides down the wall and pulls her knees up in front of her. She outstretches her arms for her babies. They all sit down and cling to her. They all cry. She tells them she is sorry. She is sorry that they feel responsible for the fight that Mommy and Daddy had. It's not their fault. She never meant for them to think that. She holds them and whispers and rocks them. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He drives through the night. He doesn't know where he's going. He hears the sounds of his wife and children crying, playing over and over again in his head. He wonders what they are doing now. Are they okay? Why did he do that? He thinks about just turning the wheel and driving off the road. He's smart enough to know that that would destroy her. She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve any of this. He wants to go home to tell her he's sorry, but he knows he can't go back there, at least not tonight. He calls her on the phone. "Are you okay?" he asks her softly. He hears her sniffle and knows that she's holding back the tears. "I'm sorry. I'll make it right, I promise," he says. She knows he means it. "Sal," she hesitates, trying to get her nerves up. "I love you, but—" He interrupts her. "I know you don't have to say it. I love you and the kids more than anything. I promise you I will make this right." At the time, she couldn't see how that could ever happen, but she didn't have the strength to fight anymore tonight. "Goodbye, Sal," she says, sounding strangely weak and strong at the same time. He got the point. She didn't need to say anything else. He calls a friend, and he'll go there tonight. If he tells his friend what happened, he probably won't take him in either. He is so incredibly sorry, but it's too late. You weren't even in the video. You were laying too close. Give me that. No. No. Settle. Ready? Okay, ready? Sit. Settle. Hi, baby. Roscoe. Down. Sit down. Sit. Ready? I'm going to read. I'm going to read to you. Ready? Boston, Massachusetts. No, don't bite the book. Jeez Louise. Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, let me get my thing out again. Make sure it's on. Okay. He calls her on the phone. "How did it go?" "She's a little drunk, but not too much to talk to Jim. I got through it. I don't think they were listening at all. Even Dad's not sure that it will go anywhere. How's your day going? Great, he explains, as if he couldn't wait for her to ask. I'm he- I'm here with a friend of mine who writes for the Boston Tribune. He wants to interview about your idea. I told him about it. He hopes to create a weekly column. He sounded as if he were jumping up and down with excitement. His energy was usually something she liked about him, but she wasn't in the mood to talk to a stranger right now. Here, he wants to talk to you. She rubs her hand down her face. Listen, baby, I'm really not in the mood for an interview right now. Can this wait until I get back to Boston, please? I'm exhausted and I've had a few drinks. With my dad, I'll be home the day after tomorrow. She's drunk right now, she heard him say, with his usual candor. She'll do it when she gets home. She just shook her head. Okay, baby, I love you. Call me later if you want to, and baby, cheer up. I love you. I have an amazing plan. Everything will work out, I promise. She could hear him smiling through the phone. When she hung up, she had to work hard to keep her somber manner. She felt a little better. She felt a little hopeful again. Somehow he had a way of brightening every situation. As she walked back to the table, she was unaware she was smiling and shaking her head. Was that Jim? Her dad asked with a smirk. How'd you know? I can always tell when you talk to him. He makes you smile. He brings something out in you. I think he's good for you. Well, he's something else, that's for sure. He's got some scheme up his sleeve. I don't know what he's up to, but he's excited about it. Well, you're in a better mood now, that's all. That's all I know. Listen to him. He's a smart fellow. He's on top of things, he said with a very fatherly approach. She couldn't help but blush a little. She knew where he was she knew where he was going with this. Her father was always worried that she was caught up with in her career and didn't have enough time for love. He may be right too, but she and Jim were on solid ground. When she's away a lot, and when she's home, she spends a lot of her time on research. But Jim is working on his doctorate, and he needs his time too. It seems to work for both of them. But it's no secret that her father would like to see her get married. She would too. She would like to see that too. Someday, maybe. I will, thanks. Now she was smiling, thinking about how lucky she was to have her dad and Jim. Maybe everything would work out after all. And even if it didn't, she was still a really lucky lady. The time to say goodbye was quickly approaching. She loved spending time with her dad, but no matter what, it had to end, and she had to go back to life in Boston. Neither wanted to spend much time on a sappy farewell, just a quick and powerful hug. She turned around quickly and waved, saying, Bye, Dad. I love you. She didn't want him to see a tear on her cheek, and she didn't want to see if there was one on his, too. I love you, honey. Call me when you get back to Boston, he shouted. As she walked quickly away, and she was gone, disappeared into the crowd. He was strong, but he loved his little girl so much that it hurt. She rested and packed at the hotel. She was visiting a friend in New York City the next day, then a 4-hour trip back to Boston. She called Jim, but he knew her all too well to lay too much on her all at once. He decided to wait until she got home and settled in before he would unravel his plans to her. She was thankful for that too. She just wanted small talk. She wanted to talk about the weather, the traffic. DC is a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. Next time, you should come with me and we can see the sights, things like that. Anything but her time in DC. End of conversation. There'll be time for serious talk tomorrow. Excuse you, mister. You cannot go and help yourself to a whole entire bag of meatballs. Here, you can have a meatball. But you got to sit down and be good for story time. Jim is a student at Boston University where he is studying political science. He and Amy met at school. She was instantly attracted to him because he was tall, dark, and handsome. He had the most beautiful green eyes she had ever seen. He looked like Cinderella's Prince Charming had come to life for her. She started noticing him at political events and rallies and realized that there was much more to this guy than his looks. He was brilliant. He had a way of looking at everything through a microscope and seeing what others couldn't see. She was mesmerized by him. She started talking to him and they soon began attending events together. When alone, they would talk about current events and humanity's problems. They spoke about what they would do when and what they will do when they are in control of the world. When she was with him, she believed she actually had the power to make the world a better place. She knew that she had the ability to do it on her own, but the two of them together, they were a force to be reckoned with. She empowered him as well. He could see himself through her eyes, and when he did, he saw an amazing human being. She saw him with unbridled enthusiasm and intelligence. She saw him as unstoppable. With her by hit, with her beside him, he really was all of those things. He knew he was smart and had a lot of potential, but with her, he could let all those ideas out, and she never thought his ideas were naive or unachievable. She believed in him, and that gave him the strength to believe even more in himself. Throughout history, there have been a few couples that together equaled more than the sum of their parts. That if it weren't for the two, they would never have accomplished great things. Amy and Jim were going to be one of those couples. They liked to compare themselves to Eleanor and Franklin D. Roosevelt, maybe even Bill and Melinda Gates. That did not age well. They knew for sure that they had something special, and they weren't going to let it go to waste. Told you I wrote this a few years ago. Okay, that's the end of chapter 3. Chapter 4, Old Friends. Ready, Roscoe? Say goodbye.